Hey everybody, it's Mad Master here. I'm just doing a quick video about some recent observations I've been making in my town regarding compliance to certain mandates. And I really wanted to stop talking about this crap, but I just felt like doing this because I don't know, it's just something that came to mind. But what's funny is I was recently at the grocery store today, and this is like we have two sides of town. There's the east side and the west side. The west side's full of more affluent people, on average, sort of. So a lot of those grocery stores, depending on like Trader Joe's or some other places, they're like a little bit more hoity-toity kind of people that shop there. And then there's other grocery stores. This particular grocery store, I'm not going to mention the name, but when I went, there were people all around not wearing the certain cloth implement that is required by the county currently. And I don't know, I think it's an interesting thing to see. I'm just gonna say that I did have the thing on, but it wasn't on the way that people probably would have wanted it to be. So I did get some looks, and I did get some one of the workers was kind of did something towards me, but they weren't like asking me anything or saying anything. It was like they joke punched me or something. I didn't even see it. It was just like, I don't know if they were just joking around with their friend or whatever, but it was really weird. But I kind of just ignored it and just went my way. So it was just like kind of like a bully in high school, like where they like it was like an elbow. It was really strange. So I'm not worried about it because there were at least 5 other dudes not wearing the thing. And then I saw 3 women that were just walking around. There was there were 3 women that were 2 or 3 women that were together that weren't wearing it, and then I think there were 2 other women I saw not wearing it. So out of everybody, it's only like about 7 or 8 people that weren't included, not including me. But to be fair, there's a lot of people that were in the grocery store. But it was interesting to see as far as the non-compliance to the mandates. And on other news on that note, I am in touch with some politicians in the area, some political board members and stuff about the mandates. And I don't know if I'm going to go this direction or not, because to me, it's kind of like, do I really want to spend the time in my life going into this direction where I'm kind of known to be like this certain political entity as far as this whole thing goes? And I've really started to question that myself, because I'm like, should I be doing this? Is this the right way to go? Because I don't know, because I don't know if it's gonna last, the whole thing. But that said, the transparency and the lack of transparency with regards to these mandates is really what bothers me the most in some ways. And there hasn't been any transparency about what statistics they're using. They're very vague in their emails. The board member in question sent me the email that they had with the public health department. So to me, this is just my position. Why I don't wear it at this point, it's a variety of reasons. I mean, I am wearing it in certain places, but if I can get away with non-compliance, I do as much as possible. And I'm sick of the hypocrisy of the people in power, and even their own strategies for fighting this thing. Fighting the CV is totally contradictory to anything. It's unethical to any kind of public health or awareness in many ways. So I'll give you an example: the patents controversy. So I'll tell you what, this is my deal. Once all the pharmaceutical companies that are making the VAX, triple X, open up their patents, I will not wear the cloth implement on my face as you know, when they want me to, like at the grocery store. Until they all do that, you know, until that is pushed, until there is less, until London Breed gets fined, until Newsom gets fined, until, you know, Lori Lightfoot gets fined, or any of these people that are, or AOC, you know, AOC has to, like, you know, get tested every day, or, you know, whatever, until all these hypocritical bastards and bitches get their comeuppance, I'm not going to wear it. I've had the shot, okay? I've had the shot. I thought that was the way to freedom, the shot, but apparently it's not. It kind of rhymed. Apparently we have to hate each other now. Apparently you have to hate people that are not getting the shot. I know like 4 or 5 people that haven't gotten it or won't get it. And I'm not sitting there saying, oh my God, I'm not going to talk to you again because you haven't had the shot. Some of these people were previously infected. So, and we know from certain things that have come out that might play a major role, as with any kind of virus that's in through history. Well, why didn't people still get the Spanish flu after 1921? You know, when there wasn't a vaccine, yeah. You know, I said the word and I don't care. So it's just really stupid. And I hate it. And that is part of my anger, part of my rage about the whole thing, is that these people will not really speak truth to power. They just do things because they think it looks good, because they think it looks better. They think as long as it looks like they're doing something, people give them a pass, like this county's health board, for example. Because you go to the Badger games, you can probably guess what county this is by any chance, from my other videos too. You go to you see the Badger games, everybody's barefaced, and the bars don't check for the card, you know. As far as I know, I've known a couple of people that have gone to the bars. I haven't gone to the bars in a lot of time because I just don't want to contribute to that, but I may start going again because it doesn't sound like it sounds like they're extremely lax. I don't even hear people getting like fined right now. Last year you used to hear about people getting, oh, this bar was fine. This bar had to do this, and you know, this fraternity, oh my God, they were in person together. You know, it was terrible. Oh my God, these 19-year-olds were putting their lives at risks. At risks, even though it's like 1 in a million chance that they would actually die from the thing. Oh my God. But that janitor, you know, whatever, you know, he was 60 years old, whatever, of course, yeah. So, this whole thing's stupid. I think there's all the counties out around this county, every other county in Wisconsin does not have a mandate right now as far as having to wear the mask. This is the only county. So am I more of a murderer because I wear it here or there, or are they all murderers if they don't choose not to wear it? You know, these ethical questions of the woke Twitter mob, coronitarians, like, oh my God, you know. So it's really stupid, but I might be resisting in a more active way, as I said, because I'm in touch with a county board member who wants to have a public hearing. And the thing about this person is that, you know, let's just speak from a more left-wing point of view. Don't we want transparency about decisions that are made that affect people? Isn't that a left-wing thing? Isn't it left-wing? Whatever you want to call it, left-wing or right-wing nowadays. I'm so sick of those concepts. It's so stupid. So, in my opinion, I want transparency. I want to see why they're making these decisions, and they haven't been forthcoming as much as they could have been. They cited some vague study about schools or something in this email they sent him, and they said they haven't really answered the questions about this whole thing that he wanted them to do. They haven't. So what are we gonna do? You know? And my whole thing is like it's kind of symbolic of this town anyways. It's always been even I have some relatives that have, moved elsewhere. Not relatives, but relations of relatives that have moved elsewhere. They used to complain about the hoity-toity way of doing things here, and all this political correctness, and how you just don't want to, there's this, kind of censorship. It's always been that way in this town, and it's not like, I like it in some ways and I hate it in other ways. It's like, would I rather be in some town that they call gay people epithets, or once in a while, even if it's a joke or whatever, more often than they don't here? But at the same time, do I want people to, if someone just slips up and says something, to be totally censored too? No. I guess that's a moderate position, dare I say. But yeah, I don't want to live in this town if this is the case. If that happens, if this continues through next year, if it's like, oh well, we don't know about this new flu or this cold that might kill one person a year in Wisconsin or something like that. Like, if they do it for stupid, meaningless stuff or cases, then I will probably depart from this county and city, because I do not want to live in a place where we're constantly doing this. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm probably going to stay. But nevertheless, looking at other options, because even 30 miles away, you don't have to do all this stuff. And it's such a big deal. Why are you so, it's just a piece of cloth. It's the principle. It's the principle of having to do these things in perpetuity. It's like the person that emailed me from the county board is like, well, what about a timeline? What about measures, goals? There's nothing with this whole thing that has even come close to that. Last year, barring, there were goals, or like these measures and stuff, that we're going to do this when this happens, when this is available, this Action Jackson Nation. This is the code word for this conspiracy guy I watched, Action Jackson Nation. When that's available, we'll be in the green zone of whatever, and we'll be able to have these gatherings and not wear masks and all this stuff. But no, that's gone. That's gone. There's no measure. There's no goal. Even with the Biden administration, it's like, well, when the hell are they going to expire? When are you not going to have to prove your papers to keep a federal job? When are you going to have? And are they going to apply it to other Action Jackson nations? Are they going to do it for everything? That's the question, $1 million question. Or are they going to start saying, oh, well, this is problematic that you believe this, so we won't allow you to keep your job here. All these other things could, the mission creep and slippery slope apply here, and that's why people are rebelling against it. I don't think people are against the actual thing itself. I'm not against it. I think the risks have been greatly exaggerated, especially for the number of people that are getting it. Of course, there's going to be risks. Tampons, I believe they still have that warning about toxic shock. Medical procedures are always at risk. I don't believe it's as bad as these people are saying, these conspiracy people. No. Now, there might be a way, like watch John Campbell's videos. He was talking about some of these things too, about the way they implement it, and certain things, certain hard things and stuff. So, no, I don't believe it's as dangerous. I don't know if this video will pass muster. I don't know. I keep thinking that it's not going to, but I think it will probably. But I don't think it's as dangerous as that. That said, the mandates piss me off, because where is it going to lead to? What's the end goal? What end game? What is there a sunset clause? Are we going to stop having to do this? But the mask thing is just symbolic to me. It's a symbol of the government telling you what to wear. Hippies used to be like, man, I don't like dress codes, man. Hair codes? Oh, that's a government, an authoritarian government telling me that I can't grow my hair long. It's just fucking dead skin cells. Oh, well, it's just dead skin cells. Why is it a big deal to cut your hair for a job, or for going to school? Why is that a big deal? Why is that a big deal? It's all these boomers that are jerking off over Beijing Biden's authoritarianism. It's like, well, why don't you remember when you were actually stood for something back in the day? Hello? So that's pretty much what I have to say about that. I'm just like, I'm debating whether or not I should get this politically involved with this stuff, because I'm just like, obviously there's some people on the side that I'm ostensibly on with this crisis that are bad faith characters, they're right wingers that are grifters and stuff, just like on the other side for many things, there are a lot of bad faith characters too. Bad faith actors, not characters. I'm not playing role playing right now. I stopped going Saturdays, I go Mondays only. So yeah, I don't believe in the shit. So will I go crazy and do this public meeting with various people and organize it with this dude and try to petition the government to stop the mandates? Well, just give us a fucking timeline. Give us some metrics. We had that last year. Even that was the Trump Fauci time, the metrics, the Burks, they had the graphs like, well, when this region gets to this orange and then it goes to green, then we can do away with all this stuff, right? There's none of that left. It's madness. You go to a bar and and you have to wear a mask. Next bar over, they're going to kick you out for not wearing a mask. It makes no sense. It's so patchwork that it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense anymore. But I'm glad that the left, a lot of left, Max Blumenthal, Jimmy Dore, all these people are finally waking up to the real, possible agendas of these, corporations and people in power and stuff, And I'm glad there was a whistleblower. People talked about the Facebook whistleblower, but there was a whistleblower about in the Australian police that came out about how she didn't want to do stuff. And then the sheriff of LA said he won't. Now, the mask thing back in the day was cool, but now this, he won't fire people because they won't do something too. Not a way to get people to do something by acting like you're in a cult, and if they don't do this thing, you're gonna burn in hell. How has that worked through society's history? Parental guidance suggested, or warning labels on albums. I was just listening to podcasts about I think it was about Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love. They mentioned this parental advisory explicit lyrics warning and how it actually sold more albums than PMRC or Tipper Gore really intended. It's kind of funny. So that's kind of hilarious to think that this beating people and dividing people and hitting them overhead. Oh, get the shot. You're a piece of shit. Get this shot. Keith Olbermann coming out and all these people. You're stupid. You're a Trump supporter. How's that worked? Half that shit got Trump elected. They did that in 2015, 2016. The deplorables, a basket full of deplorables. I'm Hillary. Oh, I guess I'm gonna vote for Trump. That's what happened. Unless they do some other nefarious things that they possibly did, but I don't have enough evidence of that. I wish I did, but they did do it against Bernie. There's no denying that. But anyways. We can't talk about that on here either. So that's why I kind of sympathize with some of these people that do believe in the theft of something. I do believe in that they did that with Bernie. But I don't believe that they necessarily did it with Trump. So I'm well, I don't know if they did it with Trump, and I don't think they did. But who cares? They're pieces of shit anyways. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. 1-6. I've had some arguments with people. I just think, BLM or January 6th people are misguided. They should have gone to the CEOs' houses and done shit, not the White House. These politicians are just fucking whores. They're basically prostitutes. Go after the madam. Go after the pimp. The pimp are the corporations. The corporate CEOs and stuff. That's what they should have done. But in both instances, the police, whatever. You know, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna burn down Wendy's. It's gonna really help with police brutality. Or I'm gonna go to the Capitol and piss on Pelosi's desk or whatever. It's really gonna help with that. You know, both sides are stupid, but they have their actual being pissed off at the establishment in general. I totally sympathize and empathize with them. So that's about all.